Hey guys, this is Neonstorm, and I just wanted to present to you today my warrior build that I'm rocking right now for dungeons and PvE. Personally for me, warrior is fucking awesome. The burst is insane. The numbers you hit are, beyond your imagining. At least I think so. And right now it's just like my 7th level 80. So it's probably like one of my hardest hitting characters. So if you like high numbers, warrior is totally for you. So anyway, I'm gonna go into my gear first. Right now my warrior is wearing all power, precision, and toughness gear, which is knights. The reason for this is because the spec you're kind of rolling is not exactly tanky feeling, yet not quite a glass cannon. It's in between. And having the knights makes you live longer in dungeons, and it's saved my ass on numerous occasions. Right now I'm rocking about 2160 power, 1833 precision, 1245 toughness, and 1035 vital, with my attack at 3260 and my crit at 48%. Health unit, it's usually around 19.5k. So let's see. The sigils I'm using in my armor I use are strength. Reason for this, for the 2, 4, and 6 obviously. For 2 you get 20% might duration, which is always nice because this build's going to be centered around keeping high stacks of might up. For 4 it is 3% chance to gain might for 20 seconds when hit. Free might in a might build, why not? For 6, having 5% damage while under the effects of might. Now when you're attacking, you're always going to have might on. There's never a moment where you're not going to have might on unless you're out of combat. And to me, it made the most sense. So having a 6 set of strength for armor works. Now my weapon combo I like to use is that of the rifle and the greatsword. For rifle, I go with power, precision, and crit damage. I just haven't gotten to put my rune in it yet because I was saving up. And for my greatsword, I go with the same thing. I go both power, precision, and crit damage. Greatsword with the superior sigil of strength, which is a 30% increased chance on crit to gain might for 10 seconds in between. Again, free might, and it does stack on top of the hits and the spec that you're going to be going under. So I'll explain that in a second. For my runes, I went all ruby for the critical damage increase because this is kind of like a power precision build, and the crit is very important. So having about a base 50% just about, and having high crit damage is where you want to be at. In my back piece, I just went with a toughness, vitality, and magic find, only because that's what I have at the moment. I'm thinking about upgrading to a power, precision, crit damage guild back piece for 5 gold. Why not? And who really cares about these, which I really need to upgrade. This is embarrassing. I got my 68 harpoon and my level 60 rifle underwater. Awesome. But usually my offhand rifle, depending on the situation, I can go with the longbow, which is also the same stats, or I go with shield mace, which for shield mace I use power, vitality, and crit damage for both of these, just to add to that tanky feel. So now that I went over my armor and what stacks I'm kind of rocking, I'm going to go to the skills and the traits here. For my traits, I went with kind of a decent weird power type build. It's a 20 strength, 25 arms, 10 tactics, and 15 discipline. For the 10 in the strength, I went with Berserker's Power. Increases damage based on how much adrenaline you have built. Stage 1, 3%, 7% for stage 2, and 12% for stage 3. I don't see why you wouldn't do this. For me, I don't really use my adrenaline too much in combat, so this is perfect for me to have that extra 12% damage. It's just my personal play. For 20, I went with Slashing Power, which greatsword and spear damage is increased by 10%. Again, I use a greatsword, so there's nothing wrong with that. I see some people use stick and move which is you get a damage bonus when endurance is not full. Again, this is for people who use endurance. I don't, so that's why I stopped at 20. For arms, I go with Rendering Strikes for the 33% chance it causes vulnerability on crits. With this being a crit build, you'll see that crits are not uncommon for you. For 20, I go with Forceful Greatsword, which you gain might on a critical hit with a greatsword or spear. Greatsword and spear skills were charged 20% faster. Now, these two abilities here, even the 15, which burst skills have a 10% chance to increase critical chance, it's these two together I love. If it weren't for these two, this wouldn't work as well as I wish it would. This build right now, with these two, is just ungodly. And then, you know, here I get the Attack of Opportunity, which increases damage on bleeding foes by 10. So, having the 5 points in, you're already causing bleed. 10 in the tactics. You know, I went with the extra toughness while reviving. It's just kind of survivability deal. And then empowered, which increases damage for every boon on you. My usual group, as you can tell if you've seen any of the other videos around, I run usually with an elementalist, another warrior, you know, a thief, a mesmer. Those are like my main peeps. Even a necro I run sometimes. Like, these are like my main kind of people I'm looking for personally. So the boons that they give me and the boons that they dish out for the entire party help me with the damage, further increasing my damage. With all this damage, someone's gonna fucking die. In discipline, you know, I went versatile rage obviously because that's I had to. Heightened focus, you gain a 2% crit hit chance for stage 1 of adrenaline, 5% for stage 2, and 9 for 3 stage. And being a crit build again, crit is important, so crit is what I took. And then of course fast hands, which recharges weapon swapping 5% or 5 seconds faster from 10 seconds. It's awesome. Personally, I switch between the two just about equally. So, and now that I went over the armor and the skills, I can go over my abilities that I use on my bar. I usually use Healing Surge. Some people say that, you know, using Mending's good because it's a 5k and you cure two conditions. I don't know, for me, I'm not a really big fan of it. Even this isn't that bad, you always get regen and heal yourself, but I like the big heal and not using any of my adrenaline, having an 8k heal is not bad. For 7, I like to use Shake It Off, which cures a condition on yourself and nearby allies. Also breaks stuns. It's a good party buff to use. Again, for dungeon builds, you know, having that condition removal is always a good thing to have. For 8, Frenzy, you gain quickness. Take 50% more damage for the duration. You know, you get 4 seconds of Frenzy and quickness, which quickness makes you attack twice as fast and helps you, in this case, increase your might stacks. And that is important. You want to always have a lot of might on your opponent or you're not going to burst. For me, an average amount of might I usually get is about like 16 or 17. And then I'd say my max, you know, I max out 25. And that's when I'm using 100 blades. The number 9 I use is For Great Justice, which grants Fury and Might to yourself and allies. Fury, you know, is a 20% crit chance increase for 8 seconds, and Might is Might, and you get 3 stacks of it, and that's for 27 seconds. And my elite skill is Signet of Rage, which a lot of you who are warriors know is awesome. You grants adrenaline and keeps increasing in case you have to use it. Only time I'd use adrenaline is for my kill shot, but other than that I really don't use it. So it's kind of nice to fully regen your adrenaline. It also gives you 5 stacks of might, 33 seconds of fury, and 33 seconds of swiftness. So overall this build's got kind of a tanky feel to it, and it's a really big burst spill. So I guess I'll just run out here real quick. I'll show you some of the damage. If you look to, you know, above my 789 to where my might stacks will show, I'll show you, how fast this build can gain might. So let me just, you know, get into combat here. I'll just do this without using any cooldowns, other than probably, no, let's shake it off, fuck that. You know, see, I'm already at 4, 5, 7, 8, 11 stacks, and that's just from swinging, that's no skills. So now I will know there's no Zerg, so we're gonna go over to Giant, and I'm just gonna wail on him for a couple seconds, and I will show you, you know, the capabilities of how fast you could stack to 25 stacks of might. Which I'm here now. So here's with all cooldowns. That's 18k, and I'm at 25 stacks of might. Now with my regular swings, you can see I'm staying at about 19 might, and that's where I'm gonna die, because I'm an idiot. But, you know, that's just an idea of when you use all your cooldowns, the kind of damage you'd be putting out with this build. It's awesome, and I friggin' love it. So, I hope, you know, you guys, this was helpful at all. And, you know, I hope you subscribe to the channel. Me and my guild have done a lot. We're working on a lot of stuff. So, we'll have videos soon in the future. And other builds as well from some of our main party members. So, make sure to check them out. Or if you have a suggestion for a class you'd like to see, I'll get one of them to explain their build for it. And we'll see what happens. So, alright, thank you for watching, guys. And hope this helps.